Hi, and welcome back to LW Pharmacy School channel. Tonight we are going to talk about percentage strength and IV flow rates. This is the second part of my first video with percentage strength, and we are simply going to dive right into it. If this channel has helped you, please give us a thumbs up and also be sure to subscribe to our channel so you can get notifications and different alerts when we post our new content. Okay, when you subscribe, be sure to ring that bell so that way you can stay up to date and you can be posted with me, so that way you can do good and meet your PTCB or EXCPC exam goals. The first question is percentage strength, weight over volume. Now, I'll tell you the formulas that we use to answer these questions in this video are in the part one video. So if you have not seen part one, you may want to go and watch that one first before you watch this one to make sure that you have those formulas written down, because I did give three important formulas that you want to remember in order to pass the exam, as well as when you're watching this video and you're in this class, you want to make sure that you have those formulas to help you answer these questions here. The question says, if there are 30 grams of dextrose and 500 mLs of the solution, what is the percentage strength? Well, we have X grams equals 30 grams over 100 mLs, which equals 500 mLs. Remember that if you have weight to the left at the top, then you need to make sure you have weight to the right at the top. If you have mLs at the top here, then you want to make sure you have it there. You just simply want to make sure you have the same information across the line, straight across. We're going to crisscross multiply 100 times 30 divided by 500, and it ought to give you 6%. I'm going to double check it here. Hopefully you have your calculator out. I'm using just a very basic calculator because that's all you can use when you are doing the PTCB or EXCPT exam. So I want to make sure that I am practicing that now. And let's see here. My answer is 6. I put the percentage sign here because it did ask what was the percentage strength. So you want to make sure you put that percentage sign behind it, or you want to give them the answer the way that they asked for it. One thing I'll tell you, if you were doing this and there was a multiple choice answer that says 6 milligrams and you're moving too fast and you select milligrams, you're going to get it wrong. Even though you said 6 and you got 6, you didn't give it in the format that the question asks. It's asking for percentage strength, not milligram strength. I got somebody. So look, you want to make sure that you are reading with your eyes and paying attention with your head so you can be as correct as possible. Okay, the answers are not the answers, but the numbers that we picked out here was 30 grams and 500 mLs. Lindsay, where did y'all get that 100 ml? That's why you need to go back and watch the first video so you can know the formula, so this can make sense to you. Because if you're asking me where I got the 100 ml from, that means you did not watch that first part one. So you need to go back. Okay, I'm not going to tell you. You got to look at it. The next one, if there are 875 milligrams medication in a 2 teaspoon dose, what is the percentage strength of the solution? 2 teaspoons. To all of my LW Pharmacy School friends, what do 2 teaspoons equate to in milliliters? 10 mLs. Yes, you are so smart. Look at you. You're doing better than you were last year. You're doing better than you were 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, you didn't remember that. You know it now. 2 teaspoon dose equals to 10 mLs, right? So with that being said, and I actually have, shucky ducky. I actually have the 10 mLs over here underneath this little dropper to kind of remind you that that is 2 teaspoons equal to 10 mL. You get it? Maybe not, whatever. But the numbers we needed here was 0.875 and we needed 10 mL. So where did you get 10 mLs from, Lindsay? I got it from 2 teaspoons because 2 teaspoons equal 10 mL. Because 1 teaspoon equals 5 mL. And so if I got 2, that means I have 10. Oh la la, you are so smart. Okay, crisscross, multiply, and divide. Or you can do 0.875 divided by 10 times 100, and you'll still get this answer, okay? It's percentage strength, so I did go ahead and put 8.75 grams down here so you can know that that would be the end result. If they didn't ask for it in percentage, but because they're asking for it in percentage, it's going to be 8.75%, which is weight over volume. Okay, so hopefully you are paying attention to this. Percentage strength, weight over weight. This is a little different. It's the same thing, but now we're talking weight over weight. So you'll see that you won't see any mLs here because we're strictly dealing with weight on top of weight. There is 1,250 milligrams of hydrocortisone in a 5 ounces of ointment. What is the percentage strength of the drug? What the lovely Lindsay did for you today is I went ahead and I underlined the numbers we're going to use so that way we can make this very easy, right? Because life is easy. Life is not hard. It's simple. Life is what you make it. There's no pressure on life but the pressure that you apply to life. If you apply a lot of pressure to life, it's going to be very, very hard. But if you allow you to breathe and to allow life to really kind of take you, then you'll be fine. But sometimes we're just so pressured, right? Didn't you? There are 1,250 milligrams. So we want to use that number. We want to use 5 ounces. And we want to remember that the answer must be in percentage strength. Okay. First thing you need to do is convert 1,250 milligrams to grams. Yes, you do. Because remember, our formula taught us about this is always in what? What weight is this always in? Is it always in milligrams or is it always in grams? It is always in grams. If you're struggling with that, you better go back and watch that first part 1. Convert 1,250 milligrams into grams. So we do that by doing 1,250 divided by 1,000, which gives us 1.25 grams. The second thing is to convert 5 ounces into grams, and we do that by 1 ounce equals 30 grams, right? So if I have 5 ounces and I know 1 ounce equals 30, then 5 ounces has to equal 150 grams. Okay. Yeah, I kind of put that one in there because I need y'all to know like everything is not sunshines and rainbows. Like sometimes this is a little challenging. So this is where you do need to see this extra work. So that way you're like, Lindsay, all Lindsay did was show me the easy stuff. No, I'm gonna show you everything. X grams over 1.25 grams equals 1 gram, 100 grams over 150 grams. Basically, you're just gonna crisscross, multiply, and divide. Or you can divide 1.52 divided by 150 times 100, whichever is easier for you. Your answer is going to be 0.83 percentage. I didn't put the percent sign there. I left it out, didn't I? Oh my God. Shame on me. But this one is weight over weight. It is weight over weight. If this video is helping you, if this video is encouraging for you, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you can stay up to date and in the loop. Percentage strength, this one is volume over volume. A 1 pint beverage contains 120 mLs of pure alcohol. What is the percentage strength of alcohol? Lindsay, how do we know this is volume over volume? Why? Because 1 pint equals 480 mLs. It ends in mLs. Okay, and then we have 120 mLs here. So in order for us to do this, we're going to look at it and we're going to still set it up the same way, utilizing the formula that goes through about volume over volume. But we wanted to make sure that we could identify the formula to use. And how do we identify it? People are always saying, Lindsay, how do I know what formula to use? Well, you know what formula to use because you have to identify what's in the problem. 1 pint is in mLs and 120 is in mLs. So I know now that what I'm going to use is going to be volume over volume because it's in mL. You are so smart. Convert 1 pint, that's a 480 mL. So we have X mLs over 100 mLs equals 120 mLs over 480 mLs. I did put a little chart over here so you could see how 1 ounce is smaller than 1 cup, and then 1 pint is bigger than 1 cup. 1 gallon is a lot larger than 1 quart. 30 mLs is 1 ounce, 240 mLs is 1 cup, 480 mLs is 1 pint, 960 mLs is 1 quart, and 3,840 mLs is 1 gallon. You want to remember those are important, okay? Same thing here, we're going to either crisscross, multiply, and divide, or we're going to divide 120 into 480 and multiply by 100. And I didn't put the answer here, so you need to actually do this one. Sometimes, I thought about it, I'm like, look, you know what, I'm always giving them the answer. How do I know if they're actually working it out? Yeah, today. So I want you to actually work this one out. We did a couple. I want you to work this one out. And then once you get the answer, I want you to drop it in the comments. And I will tell you if your answer is correct. How about that? Yeah. I'm not going to handicap you. I'm going to work with you. We're going to work together, right? Okay, now we're moving on to IV flow rate. IV flow rate formulas, okay? These are three different formulas that you need to remember. The first one is duration of therapy. When you're calculating duration of therapy, it's going to be the duration of therapy equals the volume of fluid or the amount to be infused over the flow rate, right? The second formula that you want to remember is flow rate. When you are calculating the flow rate, you want to use volume of fluid or amount of the drug to be infused over the duration of therapy, right? Okay. And then when we are doing infuse rate, it is measured in drops per minute. Okay. So we have GTT equals or slash minute equals volume of fluid divided by delivery time multiplied by the drop rate of administration set used over 60 minutes or 1 hour. Okay. Now the third one we're gonna take slow. I actually didn't even put anything. I don't believe we have any questions in this PowerPoint because I am going to do another part to this one where we're going to lead into infusion rates because I do realize that some of you guys do need it to go a little slower, and I hear you asking for that. So I'm going to make sure that I do that. But the duration of therapy and flow rate we're going to cover today. Um, and then in my next video, I'll be sure to include that as well because I want to make sure that my friends are good. Like I want you guys to pass. So also shout out to my friend who called me today who went and took her PTCB exam and she actually passed it all the way in Minnesota. Shout out to you, Ashley. I am super proud of you. And I hope that you are somewhere in the United States of America celebrating because you deserve it. Drop sets and infusion rates. IV sets are designed to administer medication at different rates. The most common sets are 10, 15, 20, or 60, okay? 60 is considered a mini drip set, okay? So I want you guys to remember these because these are pretty common. Terms to remember, flow rate, okay, is expressed in milliliters per hour or drop per minute, okay? Which medication is flowing through an IV line is also called infusion rate or in rate of infusion. So flow rate, infusion rates, and rates of infusion is all the same. Drop set, the number of drops an IV set takes to make 1 ml, also called a drip set. So it's important for you to know the terminology because a lot of you all are confusing the names when they both mean the same thing. It's like you're trying to use one thing for one and use another for another one, but they're both the same. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato, right? I think that's how you say that. I don't know. Anyway. Mini drip set. A drop set at a rate of 60 drops per ml. Okay, so those are just some of the ones you can remember. Duration of therapy, an IV. A 1 liter IV is running at 125 milliliters per hour. How often will you send up a bag? So now what you need to calculate is the duration of therapy. How long will this bag last? Okay, the time the bag will last, the formula you're going to use is volume of fluid over flow rate. So you would have 1,000 mLs. And where did we get the 1,000 mLs? We got it because 1 liter equals 1,000 mLs. And then it gave us this part of the proportion, which is 125 mLs per hour. What does per hour mean, Lindsay? Well, basically, we know that because there isn't anything in front of hour, that's going to be 1 hour. We're going to perceive that as 1. And so we have 1 liter, which is 1,000 mLs, over 125 mLs per hour, okay? This one was very easy. My screen just wants to show you everything. This one was very easy, and it was 1,000 mLs divided by 125, and it's going to last 8 hours. So a new bag needs to go every 8 hours, okay? If you're wanting to know how you can book a one-on-one session with me, if you're still struggling, you can utilize this link down here at the bottom. I'm also going to put it in the description as well, so that way you can have access to me and call me and work with me. I would love to work with you and to help you pass this test so we can move on to the next part of your journey. The next one, flow rate example. If an IV is running at 150 mLs per hour and there are in 3 1 liter bags are sent to the floor, how long would these bags last? I'll read that again. If an IV is running at 150 mLs per hour and 3 1 liter bags are sent to the floor, how long would these bags last? Basically, we did X hours. We have 3 liter bags, so we're going to do 3 times 1,000, which gives us 3,000. And then our bottom proportion is 150 ml per hour. We did that, divided 3,000 by 150, you got 20 hours. I mean, this is simple math. This shouldn't be too confusing, but if you are struggling with it, I understand, and I don't mind breaking it down to you and helping you. But this one here was pretty simple. In my next video, if you would like to see more of this in my next video, please let me know. Drop your comments below and I will try to get that to you. And I've got to remind you that if you are getting ready to take your board exam and you're planning to do that under the 2019 requirements, you need to register for your test before or no later than December 31st, which is New Year's Eve, okay? Because you want to make sure that you can secure your test underneath those 2019 requirements. Starting January 1, 2020, the requirements will change. And if you don't get your registration in before December 31st, 2019, you will be subjected to those new requirements, okay? Another thing I'll tell you guys too is when you're studying, don't try to study everything in one day. It's like you guys are trying to learn all of this in one day. You don't want to really put any time and effort towards it, but you want the results. I said it. You don't want to put any time and effort towards this, but you want the results. Or if you do put in time and effort, you want to put in 8 hours a day in 1 week and then go and take it at the end of the week. And Monday was your first day picking up the book. And then you want to take your test on Friday, but you figure since you study 8 hours on Monday, 9 hours on Tuesday, 10 hours on Wednesday, 14 hours on Thursday, and then 5 more hours on Friday before you took your test, you thought you was gonna pass. I just gotta be real with y'all, because some of y'all are calling me, and the methods you guys are using and the way that you're putting your body under stress, your body and mind under stress is ridiculous. You guys have got to cut that out. Okay, if you want to be successful in this, if you want to make sure that pharmacy is a peaceful, lucrative, productive career for you, I advise you to take it slow. And if I could say this, some of you all have lived with yourself for the last 30, 40 years, like 15, 20 years, whatever, however old you are, and you still don't know yourself. So if you don't know who you are at 45 years old or whatever, how do you think that you're going to learn all about pharmacy in a week if you don't know who you are and you've lived with yourself for 40 years? Does it make sense? I don't think you do. You guys have unrealistic goals here. Let's set some realistic standards. Let's set some realistic goals. Let's get organized. Let's get structured. Let's make sure that what we're doing is going to bring us positive results. With that being said, if you're struggling and you need some help with your organization or your time management, or you need an accountability partner, call me. I am here to offer one-on-one tutorials for you, okay? I've been doing this for all of 11 years. I am very, very much so educated and experienced in pharmacy. I've been doing this for quite some time, and I enjoy what I do. I absolutely enjoy this. I don't get paid to make these videos, y'all. I don't get paid to do any of this. I do this from the goodness of my heart and because I would like to see you succeed as a technician. I encourage you to take your time. Take it one day at a time. Study one thing at a time. Don't overload your brain. Be kind to your body. It is the only body that you're going to have. Be kind to your brain. Okay, don't overload it, don't overwork it, don't overuse it. Be kind to it, okay? It is the only brain and body you're going to ever have in your life. That is something to think about. Don't overwork yourself. This is an enjoyable time. You're transitioning to do something in your life you've never done before, and you need to make sure that you are embracing it one day, one step at a time. If you study and focus on law today, no, you didn't focus on calculation. No, you didn't focus on sterile and non-sterile compounding. No, you didn't look at pharmacology. No, you didn't even look at pharmacy billing. But guess what? You are smarter in pharmacy law today than you were yesterday. That's all that matters. All that really matters in life is that you be better today than you were yesterday. It doesn't mean that you have to do it all in one day in order to get it. You don't have to do it all in 1 month in order to get it. You don't have to do it all at one time in order to get it. But you have to do something. I think a lot of us are getting discouraged because we are trying to do it all at one time. We're trying to do so much at one time. It's not fair to you. It's not fair. It's not a realistic goal. Stop putting your brain and body underneath that pressure, okay? I'm here for you. You need my help, you call me. 903-295-5933, extension 101. I'm answering the phones. I'm answering the phones these days. I'm like this. I told my assistant, I'm like, look, send all my calls to me, all of them, because I want to make sure that when you call me, you hear a familiar voice. And I want you to know how real it is and how much pharmacy means to me to see you actually succeed, because you guys are taking it to the next level. You guys will be able to do what we couldn't do. And so I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it all. So if you need me, you call me. You're doing the right thing. You stay on the right path. Don't get discouraged. You know, some of you all may not meet your deadline by 2019, by the end of 2019. And that's okay. I'm telling you, I understand. Some of you guys are like, Lindsay, I'm just super busy. Everything is pulling from me. My work, my children, my husband, my wife, whoever is pulling from me. And I don't see myself doing this. I don't want you to give up. I'll tell you that. All I want you to do is take it one day at a time. And then when your actual goal and the day of your test comes, we will go from there. But what we do not plan to do is to fail. We don't plan for failure, right? We plan to succeed. We plan to win. We are victorious people, and we're going to beat this, right? The test is working with you and not against you. A lot of you guys have this conspiracy theory that this test has been rigged. I don't know where you're getting this information from. It is for you. It's not against you. You're doing the right thing. You've put time and effort into this. Don't give up now. You come too far. If you give up, what are you going to give up and do? What you going to give up and you going to give up and go back to where you came from? There's no going back. The only time I look back is to see how far I've come. And that's the same thing you should be doing. When you turn around, you should look and see how far you've come. Okay? I'm here for you. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you pass the board exam and become nationally certified. Anything that I could ever do, give me a call. I'm here for you, okay? I'm going to drop the 101 tutorials session down in the actual description of this video, so that way you can book with me and we can work together if you need me. Have a great week. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. I hope that you guys are thankful for something this year other than your food. This year, I'm thankful for the gift of time. Time is definitely on my side this year, and I'm thankful for that. Have a great one. See you again next week. And until then, peace and light to you. Go pass that board exam. I'm waiting on your results. See you soon. Bye.